Hello everyone, my name is Daniel and I'm just a casual racer, and we're back in Automobilista 2 because I want to showcase some of the new content that just got added to Automobilista 2 as base content, and that is the Formula Vee Gen 2 here. So there already was a Formula V in this car. This car has 5 gears instead of 4. It's got a roll cage. You can see the halo. It's got a little more horsepower, a little less torque. It's just a little bit different driving experience. We're driving today at Cadwell Park, which is the famous motorcycle circuit. They do some club track days, that type of thing here, but it's known for being extremely narrow. And this Formula V is a narrow car. So at a lot of tracks, right, you get kind of this chaos racing. You can go 3, maybe even 4 wide in certain corners. When you take these smaller Formula Vs, you're going to get more like what you would get if an Indy car at like Barber or Mid-Ohio, where, you have to make moves, you have to be smart, you don't have unlimited width. Well, you get a similar experience, smaller car, tighter track, more narrow track. And so it's a great combination to get a unique driving experience, a driving experience that, in my opinion, kind of sets you up in a trainer vehicle, but also to race in a more realistic, full series, top series type racing. You gotta set up your passes. There isn't just unlimited room. You can actually defend against passes, etc. So, love driving this car. This car is really, really good. One thing I would say about, as we send it up here, one thing I would say about the Formula V and all kind of the more entry-level cars in Automobilista 2 is it does tend to work really well with their physics. At least their physics as of, they had the more positive update earlier this year, which I talked about in one of my videos, and the cars drive well when they're not high downforce cars. High downforce cars, you get too much load into the tires. For some reason in Automobilista 2, when you have a lot of load into the tires, it seems to push the slip angle curve way too forgiving, and you can just slide the cars in and you just have grip for days. And it's just something they need to adjust in their physics code for their tires. I actually don't think it'd be too complicated of a fix, but at least like in Assetto Corsa it wouldn't be. But then also I know the Madness engine in some ways is much more complex, so maybe it is really complex to fix. So, but if you get away from, cars that are high downforce, especially lower performance cars like this Formula Vee Gen 2 here, you can have a really good experience driving them, and the physics performance is really good. The tire model seems really good, and this car, as well as just the Ligier GT car, have both been really good experiences to drive. I especially like how this car, it's forgiving, especially when you're driving under the limit. You can slide the car in, you can modulate slides, you can push the car, you can counter steer, all of that. But at the same point, there is a limit, and if you cross that limit, it's not like necessarily you're gonna snap and just spin out, but you will lose time, and that's realistic. A lot of trainer cars, if you push too hard, you will lose time, and unfortunately, a lot of other sims, including Automobilista 2 with certain cars still, you can just like send it in and there's no real limit that costs you anything, and it's just unrealistic, and it bothers a lot of people, especially people that race at a high speed. That's why you hear a lot of the faster YouTubers, or even like the esports guys, or guys that do some real racing, when they get in Automobilista 2, why do they complain about it? Because the limit in the faster, higher downforce, higher performance cars just is mushy, and a mushy limit isn't fun to drive for most people. This car has a nice, firm, defined limit, so it's really nice to drive here. And it's also great to drive at a track like this, like Cadwell Park. I mean, this is one of my favorite circuits. I think it's one of the most overlooked circuits. I've raced at this track with my brothers many a time. We love to take rallycross cars here. We'll turn off the track limits and we'll just send them through the corners hard, cutting the apex a bit, sliding the rallycross cars through, and it's so much fun. You've never done that before? Perhaps I should do a video showcasing that. Maybe I can get my brothers to jump on one day. But yeah, this track is really slept on in my opinion. Get a good run here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, yeah, there we go. See? Sent it in, counter steered, how to save it. Oh, stay. Okay. Trying to get a run here. I think he cut me off, blocked me. I love the way the AI races in Automobilista 2. I think it's definitely some of the more good AI, especially in terms of like the mistakes and an amateur level, or even like a semi-professional level. I think Automobilista 2 captures it better than iRacing, better than Ultimate. I think iRacing, Le Mans Ultimate are as good, or potentially, like, iRacing is probably potentially better at capturing a professional driving standard. But I honestly think Automobilista 2 does the best job of having, if you set the settings right to make mistakes and stuff like that, of capturing that amateur racing level where the game make mistakes. They don't drive perfectly. And I think that's something that you can really enjoy and pair in an exact race like this, where you're going to have lower level cars where in real life the drivers would make mistakes, and you have a varied racing, and it's just such a nice combination. So when I'm looking for more low-end racing right now, or I want to race at kind of those entry-level classes or whatever, Automobilista 2 is kind of my go-to. When I want to race GT or endurance racing, Le Mans Ultimate is my go-to. So it fits in nicely. I think Le Mans Ultimate's also smart. I think Automobilista 2 is being smart and Reiza's being smart, but come on. Get a run here. Come on. Yes. Boom. There we go. 15th. Good race. So much fun. Yeah, and I think Automobilista 2 is finding their niche. They have great cars. These cars that they've added with the Formula V's, the two Ligier cars. I need to try the prototype out. They're just fantastic. So they're just nailing this right now. So definitely jump into Reiza. This is all default included content. Check it out. I think this combination is amazing. It's a lot of fun. It fits so well. This is what Automobilista 2 does really, really well. And it's a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoy, but most of all, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week.